Welcome back to another episode of Leafs Town. It's been a minute, but I guess it takes a very special kind of game to bring the boys back on to talk about the Leafs. I'm joined today by Q, as per usual.
Sup?
Um, yeah. So, what do you think of the game?
Um. All right. Let's start from the beginning. Muzzin was back in from this game, and for some reason, Sheldon Keefe decided to put in Hall for leave Hall in instead of Labushkin. We will talk about that after we talk about the game. Uh, but honestly, coming into this game, I wasn't expecting a win because the Leafs are in a bad situation. They're playing freaking AHL goalie. They're playing on the back half of a back to back, and the first game was against Tampa Bay. They're probably exhausted, so I didn't expect much. And then they came in and they were good. Sure, the Panthers probably outplayed them for the first bit, but after that first goal, they came out with the flurry, and I was oh wow, they're gonna win. But then it seems that they just lost it in the end at the end there, and I think a big part is probably Shalgren going down. Um, I think it was just a series of really unfortunate events for the Leafs, and like, and honestly, looking at it, I'm not that mad. I'm a bit disappointed that they didn't get pull out the win, but I'm not mad at all.
I'm trying to think big picture. Going into Tampa, Florida, back to back nights, getting 3 out of 4 possible points, maintaining second place in the Atlantic Division. Things could be worse. Things could be worse. That's the rational side.
Yes.
And I went into this game. I didn't expect us to win either. We had our fourth string goalie headed into the season. Because let's be honest, as much as Shalgren's become kind of a cult hero the last couple of weeks, he was entering the season. He probably wasn't even our fourth string goalie. It was probably our fifth or sixth string goalie. He was playing in the ECHL at some point.
Mhm.
You know, And for him to be here, for him to be starting this game, I have faith in the kid, but it's Florida. They're not the number one team in the Atlantic for no reason. They're not the number one team in the East for no reason. They're a great team. So, but that's part of what makes this so frustrating and makes me so angry, right? Because you say you're not angry, and like I wasn't angry too, right? Because I was trying to think big picture, but big picture doesn't matter when you then look into the actual game. It was 5-1.
Mhm.
I don't care how we had our fourth string goaltender in. I don't care if it was a second night of a back to back. If this team wants to do anything in the playoffs, if you have a 5-1 lead in the second period, you cannot lose that game. I don't care. I don't care if Austin Matthews breaks his leg. I don't care if Mitch Marner has to leave because he has like a stomach bug in the middle of the game. I don't care if Jack Campbell. I don't care if we don't play a goalie in that. I don't care if we have David Ayers. Because guess what? Carolina figured out how to win a game with an emergency goalie. I think we can figure out how to win a game with our fourth string goalie. Not to mention, he got hurt and we brought in our starter and we still lost that game. There's again, in context, Toronto's on a second half of back to back. Florida and Tampa Bay are both two incredible teams, but under no circumstance is blowing a 5-1 lead ever acceptable. I don't care. Like Florida is a great team. Are we not a good team? If we
Mhm.
were good enough to get the lead to 5-1, fatigue has nothing to do with it then. If it would have been a different story if we came in tonight and Florida kicked our butt up and down the ice, and we lost 7-1, or we lost 7-2, or we lost 7-3, or even worse, or let's say we stay competitive, we just can't find the finishing. They win 3-1, they win 4-1, they win 3-2, right?
Yeah.
Sure, I have something to say. We didn't have it tonight. We didn't have the legs tonight. Shalgren was a little bit shaky tonight. We were, it was a hard fought game in Tampa. We tried to sell the lines, but you know what? Most teams don't go into Florida on two back to backs and beat both Tampa and Florida. It doesn't usually happen. It's okay. Fine, right? We had it. I think that's what makes me so upset. We had it. We were up 5-1. We were better than them. Mitch Marner made Mackenzie Weegar looked like a pylon, and Uyghur's a good defenseman. Sherrod, Uyghur, Radko Gudas, they couldn't keep up with the Leafs forwards in that first half of the game. We were fast. Their blue line couldn't keep up with us. We were just faster. We were just better. We were generating chances, right? So it's hard for me to convince myself that in the grand scheme of things, the Leafs did well because in the actual game they were up. They had the lead. They were the better team, despite TJ Brody playing one of his worst games, I think, in a Leafs uniform since we signed him. Right, despite the fact that Justin Hall looks like he's regressed, even though he looked pretty good the last like 2 weeks, but it looks like he regressed this game. Right, despite the fact that Eric Shalgren was our goalie, right? Like, despite all those things, we're up 5-1, right? And like,
Yeah.
sure, there were a lot of unfortunate incidences, like Shalgren getting hurt, right? What was that goal by Radko Gudas? Shorthand goal. What was that shorthand
Yeah.
goal? That was a muffin. That was a muffin. That doesn't go in. Maybe the Leafs win this game. Maybe we're talking about how great. Maybe that was a momentum swinger. But there shouldn't be an excuse, right? If you want to be a Stanley Cup contending team, and honestly, my standards aren't even that high. If you want to be a true playoff team, if you want to be good enough to make it to the second round of the playoffs, you cannot lose these games. That's a 4 point swing. That game could have been a 4 point swing. Florida doesn't get 2 points. We get 2 points. Now all of a sudden we're only 5 points away. Now we lost a point in the race. Right, we're behind, and obviously we probably weren't ever going to catch Florida in the first place. But this is the kind of game you can't lose. Right, this is the game that if we end up playing Florida at some point in the playoffs, do we act like this team doesn't already have enough mental issues messing with their head, enough playoff demons as is? Now they have to play Florida, and they're like, oh yeah, the last time you guys played Florida, you blew a 5-1 lead. You can't hold a lead against this team. You don't think that's going to be running in Marner's head when he flips the puck over the glass for the fifth time in a playoff series, when Austin Matthews suddenly forgets how to score a goal? Like, it's irritating because this team is so good. This team has the potential to be so great, and watching them tonight is so infuriating. It's because it's like I'm okay with them losing this game. I would have been perfectly fine with them losing this game, but not that way. Not that way. It's okay if Florida was just better tonight, but they weren't. We were the better team tonight. For 35, 40 minutes, we were the better team on the ice tonight, and we somehow lost. In the playoffs, if you're the better team that night, you cannot lose that game. That is a game you have to win, right? And don't even get me started on Sheldon Keefe tonight. What the hell? What the hell, Sheldon? What were those? What was that blue line? Morgan Riley and Ilya Lyubushkin together have played so well. Everyone is talking about how much they love seeing Ilya Lyubushkin in the live, how much Ilya Lyubushkin is such a calming presence, how he's so physical, how he fights so hard, how we're so glad we traded for him, right? And everyone's all excited. It's like, oh, Jake Muzzin's coming back, right? And the argument was, when our D line gets completely healthy, when Sandin comes back, who comes out of the lineup? Is it Liljegren or is it Sandin? I guess it's Ilya Lyubushkin, because Jake Muzzin comes back and Lyubushkin is the guy who gets the boot. You're gonna play Muzzin and Hall, who were atrocious to start this season when you played them together. You're gonna put Brody with Riley, who were not as good this year as they were last year. In fact, they were kind of bad this year. No, I wouldn't say bad, but like they struggled. They had some chemistry issues. It wasn't really working. There's a reason why he wasn't playing with Riley, right? And now Muzzin comes back, and you're just like, oh, yeah, let's just put Hall with Muzzin because that worked last year. Last year was a different year. These two were terrible together. On that penalty kill, on that goal by, I think it was Reinhardt. What is Justin Hall doing? It's
Nothing.
moments like these where I go, like, where are we thinking, guys? Like, where are we thinking here? Like, what's going on? What is Justin Hall doing? Why is he on the ice? Why is he on the roster? Why is he not benched right now? Why is Ilya Bushkin in the press box? It just makes me angry, man. It
Yeah,
just makes me a little angry.
yeah, and here's the thing. It's not like Keefe has just done this once. It's like over and over again. even when like Dermot was here and Liljegren was sitting and Dermot was sitting um, over because they decided they wanted to play Hall even when he was at his worst. It makes no sense to me how he keeps on doing this. I'm kind of like serious Hall boner here, and it's kind of annoying because literally everyone else in the league can see that, other than J Fresh maybe, can see that this isn't working.
He can't hang.
He can't.
He can't hang. He can't hang with this team. He's not good enough. He's not good enough. We have to have standards. Justin Hall was amazing for us 2 years ago. He was serviceable for us last year. Pretty good last year. He hasn't been good this year, right? Like we have to. I don't get this attachment with Justin Hall. I really don't. He's a big guy who until a week ago didn't play big. Yeah, he was just falling all over the ice. He took a hit, he fell over. It was like Kyle Clifford except on defense, right? He's a big guy who doesn't move bodies, right? We put him on the penalty kill, which is one of the best penalty kills in the NHL. Not tonight. Florida ripped us apart. And part of that was because Jake Muzzin and Justin Hall don't work together on the penalty kill. They don't work together on the penalty kill. I don't know why
Justin
this.
Hall
I don't
just
know why
doesn't.
Justin Hall's still playing.
Justin Hall just doesn't work on the penalty kill at all. Freaking he honestly he left the dude wide open in front of the net, bro. If you're so big, you just have to stand there and
He
do something. He was just like
he pinched on
wandering.
the boards, got stuck in the scrum. The puck got out onto the other side, got out of the scrum, and moved to the center of the ice. And Justin Hall just stands there and goes, "Oh, what do I do now? I don't know. Maybe move yourself to the front of the net and move somebody. There's a guy wide open in front of the net. It's a 2-on-1. Justin Hall, move!" Like it infuriates me. It infuriates me. I mean, like, there's like positives. Like Kurt Engvall is still looking incredible. Mikheyev is still generating his like 2 or 3 goal scoring opportunities. You know, despite what happened, Marner and Matthews looked good for most of the game. Tavares had his moments. Like, the one thing I like about Tavares is that even when he's not scoring, he's not afraid to get a little bit nasty.
Yeah.
I love Colin Blackwell. He had a good goal. Yeah, he played well tonight. Colin Blackwell played well tonight. What do you call it? There were some good takeaways, but like, man, that we really let that game get slip out from out of our fingers. I'm in disbelief. I can't believe it. And it's annoying. It's just annoying because like, I don't want to sound ungrateful because this team has been playing so well as of late. We beat Florida earlier, we beat Boston, we beat Tampa. It's been a statement stretch, and like every team is gonna have an off night, an off game. It's just the way that this team does it. How spectacularly disastrous, what a beautiful mess this team is at some points. It just makes me not trust them. Because like this team was on its best form this entire season in the week leading up to this game, and all of a sudden we saw them play 1.5 periods of the most abysmal hockey I've seen them play in months, right?
Mhm.
And like, you can't even blame goaltending on all of it, right? Like the one Shalgren had a muffin, right? But like the power play goal, it's a 2-on-1 in front of the net. Like, what do you want? What do you want the goalie to do? What do you want Jake Muzzin to do? There's 2 of them and 1 of him. Like you can only do so much at that point, right? Like,
Mhm.
um, OT, it is what it is. Like, I expected it. Like, the moment it went to OT, we knew it was over. Like credit to the team, credit to John Tavares for scoring the goal to get us to overtime. But oh, it was 5-1. It was 5-1. Uh, uh why can't we have nice things?
Yeah.
We should like, why can't we have just lost like 3-2 tonight or like 3-1 tonight? You know, or like even get dominated, because I feel like any of those alternatives would have been better than what actually ended up happening. And then we have these insufferable Habs fans in the Discord server. Has been like, no, intentionally jinxing us. Toronto's good this year. I think Toronto's gonna win this game. I think Toronto's gonna hold on to this lead. This team's a different team. And then turning around and laughing at us as we watch our team crumble in front of our eyes. So annoying. It's so
Yeah.
annoying. There's a reason the Habs are still last in the division, by the way.
Because
They suck. They
so
suck.
bad. Yeah,
Oh god, now
and
I just sound salty. I'm just
yeah,
this team this game was bad for my health. After the second period, I went out to go get food. By the time I got back, a 5-4 lead had become a 6-5 deficit. And I was just like, I don't even. I turned on the rest of the game. I wasn't even excited when Tavares scored. I was just like, just get it overtime. Just give me my point, and let's just go home. I can't do this anymore, man. That game was too stressful. That was not good for my blood pressure.
uh, like I said, I'm not all that mad, but yeah, it disappoints me because even if like I understand you're probably tired, and I understand that your goalie went down and Campbell's probably not as warm as he's not expecting getting in.
Nah,
He's not,
screw that. Y'all ain't tired. Were they tired when they were up 5-1? Were they tired then? No,
honestly,
now you're tired. Now you're tired. No, yeah,
honestly,
y'all didn't seem. Martin didn't seem tired when he was dipsy dangling past Mackenzie Weegar for that beautiful shorthanded goal. He seemed fine then. What
honest,
happened, guys?
honestly, I don't think they played even that good, even when they were scoring 5-1 and all that stuff. I think the Florida Panthers, they just had a breakdown there, and because Florida was even outplaying the Leafs when the game just first started. I think that was just that 5 minute or whatever span where they kind of lost it there, and then they gained it back after. But honestly, I just want to move past this one. Who do the Leafs play next? What is it, like Boston?
On to the next one. Probably Boston. Huh?
It is Boston. If he can beat Boston, oh wait, is it Boston? I don't even know who it is. Who is it?
Dallas, then
Dallas.
Montreal.
Okay, so
We're going Dallas, Montreal, Buffalo, Washington, Ottawa. I mean, if you look at this schedule, to there are maybe 4 games out of the remaining games on the schedule that Toronto should lose or like could lose. It's the next game against Dallas. It's the game against Washington. It's the game against Tampa and against oh wait, we play. Oh man, what am I saying? We play Tampa one more time. We play the Panthers one more time. We play the Bruins one more time, and then we play the Capitals 2 more times. So those are 5 Eastern Conference teams that that are basically the that we mentioned that were the lock for the playoffs that we have to play in like our remaining like what how many games like 2, 4, 6, 8 like 14 games or so.
mhm, yeah,
Um, yeah. I mean, it'll be fine. I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm sure. When the boys go to Dallas, 2 days from now, that they will bounce back and they will pummel Dallas 7-1, and I will forget everything that happened just now until we play Florida in the playoffs, and then every single opposing fan base will remind me, "Hey, you think you can beat Florida? Oh, what happened when you were up 5-1 against them on April the 5th?" And then I will have nothing to say. Ah,
it's
I
paid.
love this team, but I hate it sometimes. I
Yeah,
love this team, but I also hate it.
that's exactly. That's the only way to explain it because they're good and they gave us lots of reasons to shut people up sometimes. But but then it's just these little things. Okay, it's these things that they do once in a while that everyone just jumps on you for, and then will ride forever. And we're the ones that take the brunt because I don't know. We love them. Kind of sucks.
Oh, well, it is what it is.
It is. All right. I mean, that's pretty much all we had to say. Like, okay, first of all, okay, the big takeaway from this. Let's move past the game because that happened. Whatever. Let's move past that. Freaking Keefe, get your mind straight, bro. Get it straight. Next game, Clifford comes out of the lineup. I do not care. He's bad. Next game, Hall comes out of the lineup. I do not care. He is bad. And if I see Liljegren or come out of the lineup for at any point during the rest of the season, unless he drops off, I don't even know what else to say
Uh,
because holy crap. Anyways, that's about all.
unless our entire blue line is crippled and cannot play hockey, I do not want to see Justin Hall in a Maple Leafs jersey for the rest of the season.
Yes, I agree.
I don't want to see him. And man, like I don't want to harp on this guy because he was so solid for us last year, and he's been good while the team's been successful. But TJ Brody's gotta get his stuff together, man. Like even like when the Leafs were like winning really good games for like the last week, he's been a little bit shaky with the puck. You know, like he had like a couple of really nice passes, but like he just doesn't seem confident in his own end with the puck. Like he's bouncing the puck a little bit. He's not quite connecting. You know, when he's trying to move the puck away from pressure is and like tonight was just like cataclysmically bad. That first period, I don't think I've seen TJ Brody play worse. I really don't,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
he's got to get it together because he's signed for like what another 2 seasons.
Yep.
He's got to get his stuff together because we're
Yeah.
not paying him almost $5 million a year to play like that. He cannot be that bad again.
Yeah. And what are the takeaways? I hope Shelgren's okay. He was back on the bench, but I don't know if that just because they needed a backup, not
They
even
they
just
probably they probably took him out because not because like the injury was super bad, but probably because they thought that there was head contact. They
yeah,
probably took him because the concussion spotter was like, "Nah, you gotta sit out for a bit." Um, and then by the time he got back, like Jack was probably more warm, and there was no point in subbing him back in, right? Like
yeah. And
we needed our starting goalie,
yeah, and
frankly, at that point.
honestly, I don't even blame Campbell. He came in hot. Didn't come in cold. He came in cold, and one of the first shots that he let, what that he faced is a goal. And honestly, it's just a tough situation. And like, sure, I can harp on them, and I will, but whatever. It is what it is. Okay,
Yeah,
that's pretty much all. And as you
yeah.
could probably
Nothing else to
tell,
say.
we're exhausted and kind of depressed. So we'll leave it here. See you guys.
All right.